What's going on, everybody? It's Frank Nitty here. I'm going to talk about the Packers' victory against the Chicago Bears yesterday, 23 to 16. This was the Packers' first division win since losing the last two, the Vikings and the Lions specifically. And with this obviously division win, we sweep the Bears, so that's always a good thing. I mean, losing to the Bears obviously would suck ass under these circumstances, but losing any division game sucks ass. I don't want to lose to any of those fuckers. But it is what it is. The Packers finally we snapped that 3-game losing streak. The guys out there, they played pretty good in this game. I gotta say. Let's go ahead. Let's look at the stats real quick. First of all, both teams scored 3 points in the first quarter. Packers scored 7 in second, 3 to Bears. Bears didn't score at all in the third. Packers scored 3 in the third, and both teams scored 10 points in the fourth. So that's far as scoring goes. Now, as far as stats, Brett Hundley dropped back to pass 25 times. He completed 18 for 212 yards, 1 touchdown. Jamal Williams rushed for 20 attempts, 67 yards. He was running really hard, man. Like you got to be really impressed by his style of running. He got some tough yardage and was picking up some key first downs late in the game. Let's see. Ty Montgomery had a couple of carries for 54 yards. He had that big touchdown. Brett Hundley scrambled a couple times, and then Brad Jones only had three touches, which he eventually got hurt. So we got to find out more about his injury. Hopefully he's not out for the season. Receiving, not much there. Devontae Adams caught 5 receptions for 90 yards and 1 touchdown. He had 2 big catches at the end of the game. Randall Cobb 3 for 52. Jordy Nelson 3 for 20. Ty Montgomery 2 for 14. So not a lot of going there in the passing game. Let's see. As far as the Bears go, Trubisky dropped back 35 times to complete 21 for 297 yards. The most yards he's thrown since he's taken over. Go figure, right? It's against our defense, so it had no surprise. But Joe Howard, only 15 attempts for 54 yards, man. Like, the Bears really did not stay true to their run game, which is completely unlike the Bears. But I think that a lot of that came from the fact that the Packers really loaded up in the box and dared Trubisky to throw the ball, which is another reason why he had more passing yards this time around. The way that Dom Capers was sending a lot of blitzes his way, which was good, and it really kept him off and couldn't let him completely get into rhythm. The Packers were able to get a couple of sacks. Nick Perry had 3 sacks, the most he's gotten in his career. I think Mike Daniels got a half a sack. I think Clay Matthews did. So those guys on defense, at least up front, were able to finally have a nice, decent game, man. Because as I've been saying all this time, that these guys struggle to get the quarterback and can't get any pressure. So we're at least happy about that. But I gotta be honest though, I really thought the Bears were just gonna obviously beat the Packers' ass. Obviously, looking how we played the last couple of weeks, so I really did not have a lot of optimism going into this game, to say the least. Regardless if it's the Bears or not, because obviously the Packers been playing like shit since Aaron Rodgers went down. Just gotta keep it real. But you gotta be really at least happy that these guys were finally able to get a win without Rodgers out in that field. Brett Hundley, I think this was probably obviously his best game. He didn't look too bad in this game, but I think the biggest problem still with Brett Hundley is his pocket awareness. The guy doesn't do a good job recognizing the blitz when it's there, so he definitely needs to pick that up. He got sacked, I think, at least about 3 times. A lot of them were on very delayed blitzes. So when the blitz is coming, you got to get that ball out, Brett Hundley. So he really needs to work on his pocket awareness. And I think the Bears definitely got to be kicking themselves as well, especially John Fox on that stupid challenge. Because when he ran out of bounds on a ridiculous third down and long, another third down and long the defense gave up, but a third down and long screenplay, he runs out of bounds, fumbles it going across the goal line, and the Bears challenge it. I was like, why did he challenge it? I mean, at first I thought we was going to challenge it once we saw the replay and how he fumbled it, but the Bears challenged it. So John Fox, man, that was just stupid, just absolutely stupid. And who knows? They could have definitely got a touchdown on that drive had he not challenged it. Maybe he didn't. I think maybe it was just they were looking over it in general. But either way, it was dumb. So that's points that the Bears left off the board, and then also in the second half they just wasn't doing that much in general. And you got to give at least some credit to the damn defense for holding them in check, even though Devon Howes gave up that really bad touchdown pass late in the fourth quarter. But back to Brett Hundley, those two throws that he had to Devontae Adams was definitely the best throws that he's made. The back shoulder throw, that was really beautiful throw for the touchdown. And then what should have sealed the game was that deep pass to Devontae down the sideline. The game should have been over right there, but Mason Crosby missed a field goal off a bad snap and hold, so it really wasn't his fault. But that's about it, man. So now going forward, I'm not sure what to make of this. And right now the Packers are 5-4. I still don't see us making the playoffs, and I'm not sure. I mean, let's look at the schedule real quick. The schedule isn't too bad. I mean, we're at home against the Ravens. We gotta defend the home. We gotta defend our home field. We lost 2 straight at home against the Saints and against the Lions. We gotta get back to winning at home, man. So let's say we got the Ravens, and then we're on the road against the Steelers. That's a game definitely to lose. They're back at home against the Bucks. We can win that, and then back on the road against the Browns. Winnable game. On the road again against the Panthers, manageable. And then the last 2 games against the Vikings and the Lions, we got to split with those guys. I don't want to get swept by neither of those two, man. Fuck both of them. So the schedule isn't horrible. Maybe the Packers I don't know. Packers might just go maybe like 3-3 over the course of these next few games. But I don't know. If we want to hold on to any type of playoff hopes, we got to definitely pick up some of these wins, man, and definitely split with the Vikings and Lions the last 2 games. But that's about it. I'm out of here. Peace.